Alright, here we are, it's knife time. This evening, we're going to go ahead and get into the Fallkniven F1, also known as the F1 survival knife, as it is used by the Swedish Air Force as their survival knife. I got this one a while back, not too long ago, when I was in search of a good everyday carry fixed blade, because I like to EDC a fixed blade most days. I have tasks that I come across that's easier just to grab a fixed blade than to grab a folding knife and fiddle, and sometimes I need something more stout than a folding knife as well. So in my quest, it was probably a year and a half ago now, I got this one because I believed it was in VG10, and I know there's all different kinds of versions of this, and I was like, oh cool, VG10, I'll get that, it's like the original or whatever. And I ordered it, and I never really messed with it because I'll get into that in a second. But not too long ago, about a week or so ago, I was looking at it and I discovered that this particular one is in VG, or what they consider VG7 now, but it's VG. And yeah, so these are about 8 1/4 inches overall-ish, around there. About a 4-inch blade. Technically, just under a 4-inch blade. It has a convex grind, which is awesome. It's the first grind that the people came up with. It's strong, it's stout, it does a lot of stuff well, in my opinion. Yeah, the reason why I originally, when I got this, didn't carry it is the stock sheath on this thing. It's got this big old F1 on it, and there's a lot of companies, they make such cool knives, and then they just like, here's your sheath. Even if you get this sheath with the leather version, it's like, man, it's like an 80s version of a Buck 119 sheath, big old leather flap. Like, dude, you trying to look like you're carrying a cavalry pistol? What's going on here? And this is a functional sheath, but this isn't like an everyday carry sheath. And in my opinion, this falls well within the range of a fixed blade you could have on you every day. This is about the average size fixed blade I end up carrying, usually between a 4 and a 6 inch blade, It's very rare that I'm carrying something with under a 3-inch blade on it, with under a 4-inch blade on it. This is about what I carry. But when you have this combined with this, this makes this knife carry so much bigger. And when you're getting in and out of, it's a good functional sheath, don't get me wrong. Very well made, very functional. It doesn't rattle at all, doesn't rattle. It holds it. If I was going to go do any major hike, or go anywhere where I was going to take this particular knife, if I was going to go anywhere that was like, this is the only knife I got on me, I'm going to the middle of nowhere, I would probably use this sheath, for the main reason it has what I call the Excalibur feature. You hit this lever on the side here, and it locks. And I mean, not even Arthur's getting that sword out of the stone type locks. It locks that knife in there. So if I was going to go deep sea fishing, or crazy snow adventure, or something like that, I would definitely definitely rock this sheath, and this being an Air Force survival knife especially, I see why they have that and the way the sheath is. You know, this is a piece of military equipment, and I'm complaining about military style sheath that it has. But I was a little knife shy when I got this, and you see it's a little stiff coming in and out of this thing, and I had injured my hand a while before I got this, and so it wasn't it was the fact that I didn't have much use of my left hand for a great amount of months, and so getting this thing in and out of that sheath for a while was like, man. So I don't know, a few days ago I just made this real quick, a taco style lightweight Kydex sheath for it. It's got the groovy little, got the J stitch. But I popped a tech lock on the back. I measured it out for a ulti clip that I have in case I want to go in my pocket with it with an ulti clip, or IWB, or on my belt, or whatever. The tech lock, how I've been carrying it is a nice little, kind of like a cross straw. Not really a cross straw, just kind of like in front. Push it off to the side. It's lightweight. It's in and out, really. I put a little push point. Doesn't have any rattle. Yeah. It's functional for me. It's way easier to carry. It doesn't beat on anything, getting in and out of vehicles, getting off and on my bike, nothing, you know, it's just, it's there now. And I'll probably use this knife a lot more. I get one-itis with a knife. I find a knife that I like using, and man, I'll be stuck with it for a long time, usually till it's like, man, I've done so much with that knife, I want to put it in my collection and just let it be, because it's done what it's needed to do, you know. But yeah, these are really nice, made in Sweden. It has the thermal-run handle, hard rubbery plastic. I like the fact that it has a piece of the tang sticking out back. You know, I'd rather it be a piece of metal sticking out the back than just like straight being capped off in the plastic, you know, in case you ever really did need to tap on something or whatever. To me, I always prefer a portion of the tang on the back of the knife a lot, you know, especially if it's a survival type knife, you know, that could be used for all kinds of stuff. This does have a beautifully, wonderfully sharp spine that you can use for a ferro rod. This will light a fire. This does all the survival stuff you would need it to do. There's a million videos on this thing on YouTube. This is a world-renowned knife. It's beloved. There's guys that have done so much better videos than I could ever do on this knife. This is a highly respected, well-known knife in the knife world, and there's a reason for that. It's a good to go, very well-rounded utilitarian utility. You could use this for anything. You could literally use this for anything. I've seen some opinions that some people don't think it's that good of a hunting knife, whatever, man. But you know what? My dad used a little tiny case folding knife in all his hunting adventures. He never had even a fixed blade they used for any of that. So, whatever. To each their own, you know. But yet again, this is another knife, as most of the knives in my collection are, a useful tool that will get done just about any knife stuff you need to get done, and then some. This especially, and then some, will go above and beyond. And I've watched multiple videos. I've used this for stuff, nothing too heavy, nothing too major. I'll probably be using it through this fall a bunch, especially now that I have a way of carrying it easily for me. And yeah, I'll probably be using this for my little mini hikes and such throughout this fall and winter. And but like I said, I've never seen too much said bad about these. I've heard stuff about the VG10 being brittle or whatever. This is technically VG7, so this is supposedly the upgraded steel. The VG roof, the thermal run handle, and yeah, I think this is a good, attractive knife. It's got a cool drop point blade, and it'll get done. Oh man, and man, once you've used a convex grind for a while, man, you'll learn to really appreciate that. And watch a video, read up on how to sharpen it and stuff. And you can pretty much see that laminate line. See that? Can you catch that there? A cool laminate line. I bet probably from this way. Good. Anyway, I like that you can see the laminate line on this. This lighting is kind of funky, but yeah. Well, anyway, there it is, the Fallkniven F1 Air Force survival knife. I have a thing for Air Force survival knives. I think I got a cool story to tell about that one of these days. But yeah, here it is. A very formidable tool for wilderness, and even just a good EDC sized, on the larger end, fixed blade. I carry it every day right now, and it carries really light and it's thin, but like I said, it's chunky, and yeah, it will do. All right, hope y'all are having a great time, and I'll catch you soon.